Hello and welcome to Geology Concepts. Today, in this video, we are going to discuss a very important topic which will help you to maximize your productivity in the next 30 days before your UPSC Combined Geoscientist Mains. So, what happens is many a times before the mains examination or before any examination, during this 30 days or the month, what happens is most of the aspirants tend to feel a low productivity because the syllabus is huge, right? This syllabus as such is huge. You have to read a lot of things, you have to revise a lot of things, and in that process we feel the burnout and lack of productivity, and this actually costs us a year's work, right? आप पूरा साल काम कर लो, but ये last 30 days अगर आप low productivity से जूझ रहे हो, then the problem is that this is going to cost you your whole attempt of this year, and we don't want to do that, right? And for that we have to fix our productivity, and in this video we will discuss about what are the reasons behind the low productivity and how we can tackle them in a step-by-step manner, right? So let's get started. Before we understand what are the reasons of low productivity, you should first understand what this examination, that is the Combined Geoscientist Mains examination, demands from an aspirant, right? So, for first and foremost, you know that this is not just any other examination that you go by reading the night before and write the examination then and there. It's a 1-year cycle which has many phases, right? Prelims, mains, and interview. So this is a year-long cycle. So the aspirant has to go through this year-long cycle to finally get selected in the examination, right? So it needs a phased approach to the exam, and in that phase, in that process, you have to be aware of the examination pattern, because both for prelims and mains, the examination pattern is very different, right? So you have to be aware of what kind of questions are asked in the mains and what kind of questions you can analyze and predict beforehand, and accordingly you have to devise a planning and strategic approach to the mains, because in mains what happens is you have to maximize your score by attempting maximum questions and writing relevant answers, right? So this is the standard approach to the mains. And for prelims, you know that you can maximize your score by attempting the correct answers, maximum correct answer. But in mains, nothing is correct or wrong. You have to write your answers, but that answer should be relevant to whatever the question is asking, right? So you cannot write anything that comes through your mind. It has to be in line with the demand of the question. So that's why a planning and strategic approach is very important or crucial for the mains examination. And in this process, you have to be consistent, right? Consistency is the key, because a lot of things are there to revise. 20 topics are there to revise. If you lack consistency, आज एक दिन पढ़ा फिर 7 दिन नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं, then you are never going to finish that syllabus, right? So consistency is a very important ingredient to finish your syllabus on time. And plus, you have to revise before you go to the mains to write whole answers, right? So this is what the CGSE demands from an aspirant, and this is how the aspirant should work. But in many instances, there is a phase where we feel a lack of productivity, because there are many reasons to it, but there are certain reasons which actually pushes most of the aspirants towards a phase of low productivity. Let's discuss them one by one. So the first thing that is the reason for your low productivity lies in the first part of your morning routine, right? So this is where most of the aspirants waste their morning just after waking up. They waste that first phase of the morning, that first 1 hour of the morning, by looking into social media reels. Because social media is very addictive. Once you go there, 1 घंटा 2 घंटा कब बीत जाए आपको पता ही नहीं चलेगा. So for that reason, social media, whenever you go into social media, it will only cost you your precious times, at least for this 30 days, right? Social media में जा रहे हो मतलब आपका time waste हो रहा है, and what it does is, social media is a loop of negative spirals, right? negative feedbacks. So whenever you go there, you feel that sense of self-doubt. You see a topper's video, you realize that you are not studying like him or her. Then you start to doubt yourself. So don't go to social media reels or scroll through social media in the first phase of your morning time. So this we will talk in more detail. But the reason is that the first phase of the morning, or the first hour of the morning, is wasted through scrolling through your phone or social media, or checking your messages or WhatsApp or anything that actually deviates you from that is not related to your examination, right? Also, most of us lack a proper sleep cycle. As a normal human being, you need 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Now this 7 to 8 hours of sleep should come from a particular time, right? 10 बजे सो रहे हो, 5 बजे उठ रहे हो, that should be an ideal time. या फिर आपका जैसा टाइमिंग है, 11 बजे सो रहे हो, उससे 6 बजे उठ रहे हो, whatever time suits you, there should be a proper sleep cycle. But most of us lack a proper sleep cycle, and throughout the day we feel lethargic and lack of energy, right? Because due to the lack of proper sleep, you feel that lack of energy throughout your day, and that hinders you to give your full productivity to the study or revision pattern that you are following till now, right? And what happens is, before we go to sleep, most of us do not have any concrete plan, right? कोई plan नहीं है, बस कल का कल देखेंगे, उठ के देखेंगे कि क्या करना है. We think that when we wake up, we will make a plan, and then we are going to study according to that. But if you are planning in the morning, then what happens is, most of your energy most of your energy will be channelized in planning only. इससे आपको क्या होता है? A false sense of productivity feel होता है. Without even studying, you feel that yes, I have done something, I have made a plan, but actually the success lies in the execution and not in planning, right? आप कैसे execute कर रहे हो उसको दिन भर, that becomes a secret ingredient to your success, right? Planning does not mean anything. Planning has its own role, but execution is very important. But if we waste most of our energy in planning from in the first phase of the morning, so it is very likely that you are going to end up losing the whole day just feeling a false sense of productivity, right? So that no concrete plan for the next morning is another reason for your low productivity. And when all of this is combined, at the end of the day, you feel the guilt that you have not studied well. It raises self-doubt that there are so few seats this year, and we are not going to make it with this kind of preparation. We might going to skip the attempt, and all these things. This guilt and self-doubt, and again it pushes you into this spiral. So this becomes a vicious cycle. So this is a vicious cycle of low productivity, right? So this is how the whole process starts, and most of you might relate to this, that this is what happening with you right now. But in this 30 days, if you plan to fix yourself, plan accordingly, and plan to fix your productivity, I am assuring you that you will be doing far good than most of the aspirants who are not following a plan or concrete approach to the examination, right? So now let's see how we are going to fix our productivity. So the answer lies in the first hour of the day and the last hour of the day, right? And in between, what happens is, you have to, the process that is in between is the sleep, right? जब आप उठ रहे हो, जब आप सो रहे हो, उसके सोने से पहले और उठने के बाद, उसके बीच में क्या होता है? आप जब सो रहे हो, so that has to be fixed first. So fix your sleep cycle. Sleep and wake up time should be fixed. एक टाइम फिक्स करो, अभी नेक्स्ट 30 डेज उसी को ही फॉलो करो, राइट? स्लीप एंड वेकअप ऑन टाइम. पहले कुछ दिन आपको थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा नींद आने में, बट आफ्टर 2-3 days your body will adjust to that pattern and you will be able to wake up and sleep on time, right? So this is very important, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, so that you don't feel lethargic or lack of energy throughout the day, right? Now come to the very important part, the first hour of the day. इसमें क्या करना चाहिए? So in the first hour of the day, the first thing that you need to do is, there should be no phone or social media scrolling. फोन को सोने से पहले स्विच ऑफ करके कहीं रख दो. उसको पहले तो 1-2 घंटे तक उठने के बाद उसको यूज ही नहीं करना है. इवन इफ यू आर यूजिंग इट, यूज इट फॉर योर examination purpose and not to scroll or do something unproductive with the phone, because once you go there, 1 or 2 hours will be wasted, right? You cannot afford to waste those precious hours in this last 30 days or last 1 month, right? No phone. So that then you have to hydrate yourself, exercise or meditate, do some kind of physical activity that will recharge you for the rest of the day, right? Gym जाना चाहते हो जाओ, नहीं जाना चाहते हो नहीं जाओ. Just do some light exercises and do some meditation so that you become focused, right? Then you should do a quick revision or quick overview. Either you go through whatever you have studied the last day, you go through them quickly, or whatever you are going to study in the whole day, just glance through it. Be familiar to what you are going to study today, right? So जो आपको ठीक लग रहा है, आपको अगर अच्छा लग रहा है कि आप क्विक रिविजन कर लो लास्ट डे क्या पढ़ा है, you can do that. If you want to go through whatever you are going to study in the next day, उसको भी देख सकते हो so that you get familiar, और फिर दिन भर इधर उधर भटकते नहीं रहो, right? So you can do that. But the most important thing in this first hour of the day is that there should be no planning. Don't waste your time planning in the first thing in the morning, right? Planning should be done in the last hour, right? So let's see how to fix this last hour of the day. That means before you go to sleep, right? Also in this last hour of the day, there should be no phone. इससे पहले ही switch off करके रख लो phone को 1 hour of the day, because you need to study, so that scrolling through your mobile phone, that blue ray will actually hinders your sleep pattern. So इसको switch off करके कहीं रख दो, right? सोने से पहले last hour of the day में रख ही दो phone. Then plan for the next day in this 1 hour. In this 1 hour, you should plan for the next day, what you are going to study, how you are going to study or revise, what tests that you are going to write, everything. So micro plan here. So everything should be clearly planned so that there should be no confusion in the next day. नेक्स्ट डे जब उठ रहे हो, आपके दिमाग में ये होना चाहिए कि मुझे ये चीज़ें आज पढ़ने हैं और मुझे इतना आज फिनिश करना है. दैट शुड बी वेरी क्लियर इन योर ब्रेन, राइट? इसको कभी छोड़ना नहीं है. सो डू दैट माइक्रो प्लान बिफोर द नेक्स्ट डे, एंड ऑल्सो इन दिस 1 hour for 15 to 20 minutes or whatever time you think you are comfortable with, do some journaling and where you write your progress, right? Whatever you have studied throughout the day, how you think your performance has been throughout the day, how you think it should be improved. Do this because this is a very lonely exam, right? You're preparing very lonely. You feel very lonely through this preparation. तो इसमें accountability का काफी issue आता है. So nobody is there to hold you accountable. You have to be accountable for yourself. And journaling keeps you accountable for yourself. Whenever you are writing something, be true to yourself. When you are writing something, if you are true to yourself, the next day when you see that writing that you have written in your journal, you will feel that, okay, so I have to improve upon these parameters, right? So please do journaling for at least 10 to 15 minutes before you go to sleep. So this is something that you need to do to fix your last hour of the day. So now if you are fixing your first hour of the day and you fix the last hour of the day and you fix your sleep pattern, almost all the job is done, and you will feel that sense of energy, sense of heightened productivity, and you will be able to finish your whatever your targets throughout the day in a very easy manner, right? You will feel very confident while you prepare for your examination in this 30 days. I can assure you about that. And one more thing that you can do is if you are actually procrastinating right now, please do this positive procrastination. This is something that I have seen in some toppers video in UPSC. So he said that our daily schedule can be broken into 3 tiers, right? Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. The works that we do in Tier 1 are the hardest ones, like the ones that we are studying or some professional commitment that we don't we think that they are the hard ones, so we tend to procrastinate here most, right? And the Tier 3 are the most unproductive works. Unproductive and easy to follow. So what we do, if we are procrastinating here and we go to the phone or social media or Netflix, easily 2-3 hours are killed without being productive, without any out, right? And at the end of the day, you feel dejected, you feel that sense of guilt and low productivity. But these tier 2 works, which are workout, reading a novel which is not related to your preparation right now, or cleaning your tabletop, or cleaning your room, these are also the productive works, but unrelated to your examination. Productive but unrelated. But right. So if you feel that at some point in the day, throughout the day, it is very hard to be productive throughout the day, right? So when you feel that you are being unproductive throughout at some point of the day, rather than going to do such tier 3 works like social media scrolling or Netflix, you should try out this tier 2 work which are productive, and like workout, read something that you feel that where you feel good about, right? Read some novel or news or something which is productive also. And or if you want, you can clean your room or your desktop or your tabletop, right? When you do this, you get tired of this work. यहाँ पे क्या होता है ना, tier 3 में आप tired नहीं होते हो, because it is just scrolling. You just are scrolling through your social media. You are not getting tired, so that's why you are killing most of the hours here, right? यहाँ पे क्या होता है, you get easily tired. So once you get easily tired, you can easily go back to your tier 1 work or the actual work that you need to finish throughout the day, and also you feel a sense of productivity, and this gives you a positive feedback and heightened sense of energy and productivity, right? So this becomes a positive feedback loop. So if you are feeling low in doing this tier 1 work, go to tier 2 work. Once you do this tier 2 work, you can easily come back to tier 1 work, because it's a positive feedback loop, and you can follow this process through this next 30 days. Don't go here, right? Don't do social media scrolling on Netflix, at least for this 30 days. If you're doing this, I can assure you, you will be at a very comfortable position before you write your mains. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next one.